The feeling of being hyped for a game release is pretty much expected in the video game industry, where E3 is basically a showcase for it on steroids. Crowds go wild, articles are spammed, and full montages of people screaming their heads off with excitement are posted. We've all been guilty of getting excited for a new game, but it's part of the fun considering that a mind-blowing experience could be right around the corner. It's perfectly fine in healthy doses, but can get easily out of hand when expectations skyrocket. The announcement of Halo Infinite's 2020 release at E3 2019 with Project Scarlet has set the Halo community on fire. While I'm happy that there's finally some positivity in the community, I feel the hype train has just gone to an unrealistic level considering how little we know about the game. So I hope to put my 2 cents worth across in the hopes of showing people that we shouldn't be so excited yet. I want to take you guys back to early 2012 when I was just a little kid who was finally able to experience a Halo release firsthand. I was so excited to play it after so many years loving Halo that I got the special edition and controller as soon as it came out. My expectations were sky high, and when I finally got to play it, it lasted all about 5 minutes before I realized that it was just a mediocre game at best. It single-handedly made me realize just how much of an idiot I was for buying it without even considering that it could have been bad. So I've just never pre-ordered again since then. What blows my mind is that the fact that this keeps happening, and yet people continuously go blindly into the hands of this hype fiend that keeps plaguing the industry. You barely need to go back 5 years to see the amount of disappointing titles pile up. Featuring Watch Dogs, No Man's Sky, Mass Effect Andromeda, Star Wars Battlefront 2015, Evolve, Pokemon Go, Fallout 76, even Halo 5, which is the predecessor to Infinite. We all know how much everyone loves that game. It's not hard to wait until we get some actual information about the game and not let ourselves run wild with speculation. But no, it seems everyone is just all too happy to believe the second coming of Christ is here because a brand new Halo game is coming that has good bells and whistles. Just look at these people in complete disbelief, like 343 has unveiled some huge revelation about the game, even though it's just Chief floating in space. This guy is crying for God's sake, relax me. It's just a game trailer. People are taking this trailer way too seriously, and if you really break it down, there isn't that much going on. To sum it up, the pilot here has been stranded for a long time considering he's grown a beard during the first part, where he finds Chief floating through space. After bringing Chief in and powering up the suit, Chief asks what's happening after readjusting himself both physically and mentally to the present. As the pilot gives a status report, so to speak, some energy fields hit the ship and Chief gets into battle mode. The trailer ends with some emotional monologue by Cortana. I've summarized the trailer in about 25 seconds, and yes, there is a lot more depth to how it was presented, which, might I add, was done well, yet people are doing like 15-20 minute breakdowns of this and are just making a huge deal of absolutely every little itty bitty detail. Some of my favourites include the Halo ring being a big point in the story, or that this pelican has a room between the front and the back, or even pointing out that these little lines are like those from Halo 3 multiplayer. I mean, these guys managed to drone out 2 hours of content from 8 minutes of content. Like, come on. None of these are mind-blowing details, as they are minute touches or just painstakingly obvious facts of what might come in a game. This game isn't going to be finished anytime soon, and with only 8 minutes of some of the vaguest trailers and small hints by the devs, there isn't any reason to believe that this game is going to be good or bad. We might get 4-player split screen, we might get reach customization, or we might just get a dud game, so it's best to just wait and see what happens, and just not jump to conclusions prematurely. Which leads me to 343. It blows my mind that people have as much faith in them as they do, considering how bad their track record is. 3 mainline games that are either bad trend followers or unplayable crap. And don't forget they've taken us on this same journey before. Remember the whole Hunt the Truth campaign that turned out to be complete bullshit? Or has everyone been blinded by these trailers like we did back in 2013 when this came out to tease the same game that was supposed to fix the problems made in Halo 4? On top of all this, they haven't put anything good out on their own. Halo Wars 2 doesn't count because they worked with Creative Assembly for it. Now, I'll admit, it seems like 343 are taking steps in the right direction to return the Halo franchise to what we wanted. The new art style is recapturing the classic style, and that Reach is coming to the PC as the start of the MCC being slowly ported over, especially as they have now gone around to patching the game up. but in no way does this redeem 343 of all the mistakes that they've made since taking control over the franchise. All of the projects they are working on haven't been released yet, so there's still a good chance that they flops on release, and we just start the cycle all over again of being pissed off for them for destroying the franchise. It just doesn't make any sense to applaud 343 for making promises and well presented trailers instead of actually fun games. As exciting as it is for Halo Infinite to be on the horizon, there's no reason why the entire Halo community needs to be so firmly inside the hype train for this game. Considering the fact that we know very little about these games, and 343 hasn't got the best track record for releasing games, in addition to many other overhyped games that have just turned out to be flops, you can see why I'm being slow to get hyped for this game. There's just too much we don't know, and the fact that people are overreacting as much as they are makes me slightly worried about Infinite not living up to the expectation. I do want it to be a good game, believe me, it's been too long since we've gotten a new good Halo game, but we just need to calm down and just wait to see things in concrete. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff like following me on Twitter at RealPlatonic. I really want to point out that I don't have anything against anyone I mentioned or pointed out. I was just trying to make points of the videos. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Till next time.